Hi guys, very good morning everyone. Welcome back to my channel again. My name is Sai Kiran. So today we are going to discuss about security groups and NACL. NACL is nothing but network access control list, guys. Okay. So before jumping on to security groups and NACL, first I wanted to explain you about firewall. There are of two types. One is stateful firewall and the other one is stateless firewall. Okay. So let me put it on a paint, guys. Imagine here is your laptop. Okay, and imagine this is an outbound traffic, sorry, inbound traffic. Inbound is always danger, so that's why I'm keeping it as red. And this is an outbound traffic. Guys, people who doesn't know inbound and outbound, don't worry, guys. Inbound is something who is entering into your building without access. In a technical terms, a response is coming publicly. Outbound is something you are going outside of your building. That's it. Which is also called as ingress and egress. Inbound means ingress, egress means outbound. Clear? Now there is a firewall here, and we do have a port here which is TCP 22, and then we do have a Linux server here, and then we do have a Windows machine here. Okay, both are virtual machines only, guys. Do not worry. Remember, guys, whenever you connect to your virtual machine, which is Linux, once after you're entering SSH-i space, PEM key space, username at the rate IP address, what will happen is the inbound traffic will go through this TCP port, and once after reaching here to the Linux server, there will be some authentication. Once after the password and username and password has been verified, then you will be logging into the Linux, and during the time of response traffic, what will happen is it will again come via from that port itself only to this user. So that's why this is called as stateful firewall. Okay, and then now stateless firewall is something different. See, whenever an inbound traffic is going via this TCP port, and here same thing, authentication will happen. Once after the authentication has been done, during the time of reverse response or reverse traffic, what it will do is it will create a port here. I mean, it will not create, we have to create a port here. So from here, the network will transmit through, it will not touch the TCP port again. From here, the network will transmit, and then it will give the information to the user. Guys, this is very important. Please do listen one more time if you do not understand. I believe I explained it well. So if you do not understand, just go back and watch it, guys. So now, on a high level, what we shall do is security groups are nothing but stateful firewall. NACL, which is Network Access Control List, is stateless firewall. Okay. So before jumping on to the practical session, some people might gonna get doubt for what purpose we are using this. Why should we use this? So guys, there is something called protocols, which is TCP and user datagram protocol. I'm not going to discuss this right now because this I'll explain more during the time of a load balancer, where it's gonna any live streaming application like that. Then UDP is gonna use, and then we also do have application and network which works on HTTP and HTTPS protocol. We'll discuss that later, not now. So in TCP we do have secure shell SSH, which is port number 22, and then we do have RDP, which is Windows port, which is 3389, and then we do have Nginx 80, and then we do have Jenkins, okay, 8080. So how these will work without allowing the ports? So we need to allow it, right? Post allowing it only, then it will start working. Now what I'll do is I'll quickly take you back to the practicals, guys. Before jumping on to the practicals, watch the before example again, stateful and stateless firewall, if you do not understand. Now come back here. First, what I'm going to do, I'll create one security groups. Click on security group, create security group. I'll delete all the rules, guys. Nothing is there. See, empty. Delete later. VPC, you have to select your VPC. See, guys, when it comes to the inbound rules, what I'm doing is I'm allowing TCP for the port 22, which is our port. And then previously, if you watch our sessions, I have allowed IPv4 only or all traffic like that. Now I'm not going to do that. Now I'll select my IP, which means what we are telling to security group is, see, security group, you have to allow my IP itself only. Apart from my IP, if you found anything, then just stop it. Don't log in. Okay. And then I'm not giving any outbound rules. 0. You can see it and then create security group. Now, what is the second thing we have to do is we have to create one instance. Select Ubuntu. You can select whatever you want. And then Freetire is enough. T2 is enough. 2020 I want. Scroll down. Select your key pair. Edit. And then select your VPC. Now, see, guys, I'll select public subnet. Public subnet 1A. Now what I'll do is I'll select my security group which we have created just now, which is delete later. Okay. And then launch instance. Let's wait for the instance to come up, guys. Guys, you can see here my instance is up now. What I'll do is I'll connect directly from console itself only instead of logging in from our putty machine. See what will happen now, it will throw an error that I couldn't able to log in because we didn't allowed. We allowed only my IP. Okay. If you don't know how to check your IP via command prompt, it's okay. You can still go here and type what is my IP. See, this was the IP which was selected in our inbound rules. See, 18.85, 18.218.85. This is my IP, 218.85. Okay, we have seen already it is not connecting. It is not connecting from here. See, it will throw an error. See, it's not logging in because we didn't allow. Now what we shall do is copy your public IP, come back to your putty session, Ubuntu @ IP, and then I'll select my authentication, which is PEM file, and then open. See, it is connecting now. See, it was logged in. So now what we shall do is we'll check whether if there is any public access is there or not. Ping www.geogoogle.com. See, guys, there is no public access. Okay, or else we'll do one thing. We'll try to download any file and we'll see if it is working or not. Click on Linux, copy link address, come back here, wget, and then paste it. It will not work. See, it is connecting and it will not move further. Okay, now we are trying to reach to HTTP only, right? Here, this is wget Google HTTP and HTTPS we are trying to reach. So now what we'll do is we'll go back to the security groups and we'll make sure that we'll go back to security groups and make sure we are allowing HTTP and HTTPS protocol in outbound rules. Click on edit outbound rules, add rule, custom TCP, not custom TCP, I'm sorry. Check where is HTTP. Here it is. Add another rule which is HTTPS. Previously what we did, we used to select all traffic, right? Now no, now we are selecting only HTTP and HTTPS. Guys, remember this custom, okay? End of the session I'll tell you what is custom and what you have to give in the custom, because I have drawn a diagram. I'll show you each and everything. Now you will get confused if I tell you. Remember this custom. For now I'm giving anywhere IPv4 and then save rules. Done guys, we are done. Now go back, enter the previous command again. See, it is downloading. Terraform file has been downloaded. See here. Good, right? Now we'll do one more thing. We'll try to ping Google. Pause here and ask yourself, will it work or not? See guys, it is not working. Any network engineers watching this video, I request you to pause this and please put it in the comment section why it is not working. Okay. I'll tell you guys why it is not working. Here, ping is not an TCP protocol. For pinging, you should need ICMP protocol, which is ICMP IPv4 or something will be there. Yeah, IPv4 only. ICMP IPv4 protocol will be there. We should go back to security groups, outbound rules, edit outbound rules, and then we are supposed to allow it. Where is it? See, all ICMP IPv4, and then ping, and then save rules. Now what you have to do, you have to come back, try again, ping www.google.com. It should work. See, it is working. So this is the major difference between this security groups in inbound and outbound rules, guys. Now what we shall do is jump back to we'll quickly jump back to NACL. Let me create a NACL or network access controls. Here it is. Let me create one. I'll name this as delete later, and you have to select your VPC and then create. Guys, once after creating, it is not done. What you have to do is you have to make sure that you're selecting the proper subnets. Okay, you should check on which subnet your instance is running, because whatever you are applying on the NACL, it will affect to that particular subnet only. This is delete later is my instance. Now I'll come to networking. I'll see on which subnet it is. Public subnet 1 US East. Okay, this is my subnet. Here it is. Public subnet 1. This is mine. I'll save changes. So whatever the changes I'm doing it on NACL right now, it will affect to the that particular subnet. Imagine if there are instances or if anything is running on that particular subnet, it will also affect to that services also. Okay, what I said in the diagram, if you remember, I'll quickly draw it one more time. If this is your laptop, this is your outbound, uh, this is your inbound, and this is your outbound. Here is the firewall, here is the port, here is the Linux server, and here is the Windows machine. So what this NACL, which I said stateless firewall, what it will do, it will go towards this port, it will go here, and then authentication will be done. Once after logging in, during the time of response traffic, there should be a proper port here. So from that, it will give the information to the user. So let's go and create one inbound rule and then one outbound rule. Okay, come back to the console. Where is our NACL? Delete later. This is the one, right? Nice. Click on inbound, edit inbound rules, give the rule number, add new rule, give the rule number as 100, custom TCP, and then port range is 22, and then anywhere, save changes. Okay, now again you have created this port. Now you have created this port. Now you also have to create the outbound port, right? Let's create that one also. outbound rules, edit outbound rules, add new rule 100, port range is 22, and then save changes. Guys, do you think this will work? Because as per the stateless firewall or as per the NACL, we have given it correct only. Because here we have created one port and here also we have created one port, correct? Now we'll see whether if it is really working or not. Let's go back to the putty. It will log off actually. It's not working. Maybe it is taking some time. Let's wait for it. It's logged out, guys. Now let's click on restart the session and see whether if it is able to logging in or not. Any network engineers, you can again pause here and you can keep it in the comment section why it is not able to logging in even if we have opened the ports for inbound and outbound. I'll tell you guys what's happening here is, see, when an inbound traffic is going on from here towards this port, once after reaching the Linux server, it is asking for authentication. Good. During the time of response traffic, I told you we need to open one outbound port also, right? But here you cannot give the same port number which what you have given here, guys. We have given, this is in NACL we have given inbound port as 22, and the same port you can't give here because that is the reason why this is stateless firewall. There is something called ephemeral ports. Remember guys, this is very important. You will be getting on during the time of interview. The same question will be asking for you. Ephemeral ports, these are some default. See, these are the port number should be between this. It will automatically take one port. What we have to do now is go back to NACL. We are in NACL only, right? We are in NACL. Go back to outbound rules, edit outbound rules, delete the previous one which we have given 22. See, it will not take. Remove it, add new rule. Here you have to give the port like this. It's 1024. I didn't copy it well. Now what you have to do is save changes. I'm sorry. The naming and numbering should be proper, guys. If any spaces or anything, it will not take. And then click changes. Now see what will happen. If I log in, it should be logging in. See, it's logged in. So this is the difference between inbound and outbound for NACL, guys. So this is all I wanted to talk about for the security groups and network access control list. I personally request you to watch back again if you didn't understand. It is very much important topic for the security purpose. And if you ask me the difference between security groups and subnet level on a short note, in security groups will be working on a instance level, and when it comes to the NACL, it works on a subnet level. But security group doesn't have allow and deny access because it doesn't allow any default ports. It's our responsibility to allow the fine grained network. But when it comes to the NACL, allow and deny option was there. I'll show you that now. See, NACL outbound rules. If you click on edit outbound rules, you will be having allow and deny option here. But when it comes to the security group, you don't have that. Okay. Now, before during doing this practicals, I told you to remember one custom, right? Custom port I showed you. I'll explain you now. Don't worry, understand step by step. This is internet. Okay. Let's mark it as. Let me increase this calligraphy. Okay. Internet is one. Okay. See, for the three, I have taken three servers. One is web server, second one is app server, third one is DB servers. The reason why I have given outbound allow all for all the three is, see, I am not giving inbound public inbound anything. I just given allow all for outbound, which means people who are working on this machine. Users who are working on this mission, they can go out and take any info publicly. But when it comes to the banking application, they are not going to allow all for all the servers. But it's completely depends upon the environment, guys. This is three-tier architecture actually. Okay. Now see this, guys. For web servers, I have given a IP of 192.168.1.0. Guys, people who doesn't know this IP, what is this slash 24 and what was this 192 and all, I personally request you to go back quickly, watch IP addressing and then come back here, guys, because in IP addressing I have told what were private address and what were public IP addresses. Okay. If you see here, I kept this web servers in 1.0, 2.0 app servers, 3.0 as DB servers. Okay. If you see here in inbound rules, the reason why I have allowed 0.0.0.0, this is public, right? The reason why I have allowed is I'll show you now. Imagine tomorrow you are, if you're logging into the bank, okay, see the URL here, current account, blogs, current account, and then new instabiz hyphen current account, something is there. If you click on login and if you click on personal, once after you logging in, see your domain name going to change. I mean your URL going to change. Once after you're entering the ID password, then this will be changed. Now I'll tell you on this picture exactly what will happen. So whenever you are entering your, see, if someone wants, just like I access ICICI Bank, if someone wants to access my web server, it should be visible, right, around the world. So that is the reason why I have given this access. See, I have written here for users to access, not accessing this machine, guys, accessing the web server. And then this 10.1.1.100 is my IP. My IP in the sense, imagine tomorrow you are a DevOps engineer, tomorrow you are an admin, tomorrow you are a build engineer or someone. You are supposed to log into this mission, right? Then you should have access, right? If you do not have access, how can you log in? So that is the reason why I have this TCP port 2022. This is for me to log in. I have written here clearly, which means either you to log in. If you see here on the app servers, I have given 192.168.1.0 as inbound rules. Do you know the reason why? Whenever you enter a login ID and password, how it will know that was correct? Web server will communicate with app servers, app server will communicate with DB. In the database, you'll in the domain you'll be having, in the database you'll be having, I mean it will be having your username and password. It will verify whether if it is correct or not. Again, it will pass back the information, then you will log in. Okay. If you wanted to understand the detailed picture, please watch some documents in the Google, guys. There are a lot of documents, but for now, for better understanding, I'm explaining you like this. So the reason why I have given 168.1.0, which is this IP, app server IP, why I'm giving this is, I showed you right on security groups on custom, and then I'll give this IP, this 192.168.1.0, because the reason why I gave this is I'm telling in the security groups only log into the app server, don't go to anywhere. I have given my IP, right, custom and my IP. Instead of my IP, I'll give this IP, so that what app server will do, it will log in only to the, I mean what web server will do, it will log in only to the app server. Got it? And again, this 10.1.1.100 is mine. This is me for logging into the app servers. And then again, if you see here in the DB, I repeated the same, because here again I am telling the security group to log in to DB server itself only. Apart from DB IP, if you found anything, then log off. Don't log in, don't show at all, just drop off. I'll show you the security group now for understanding. Where it is. See, if I'm sorry. If I, where is my delete later? This is the one. If you go through inbound rules, edit inbound rules, add rules, see custom TCP, or HTTP, HTTPS or something, and then here I'll give custom, and then I'll give the IP here. Okay, then what app server will do is, app server will only be logging, web server will only be logging to the app server. If I've given, see, if you see here, I've given the same near the DB also. So what it will do is, it will log in only to the app server and then DB server. That's it. Apart from this two, it will not going to log into any servers. That's it, guys. I hope you understand my explanation. If you didn't understand, I request you to go back and watch. Um, that's all for today. I sincerely request you to like and comment on my video, and please share this video to your friends, whomsoever is willing to learn the AWS stuff. It will be really helpful for me. And yeah, that's all for today. We are going to meet again tomorrow. Also, on a soft note, make sure that you're practicing it and posting it on LinkedIn and Medium. Because, guys, if you're watching this and if you think that you know, you're 100% wrong, guys. Please don't take me wrong. If you learn security groups now, and tomorrow if you learn something, and day after tomorrow you will forget security groups if you're not practicing. Forget about the bill. You will not be getting that high bill. It's okay. You can pay that. That's not a big deal actually. So that's all for today. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a nice day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.